Just looking at Dr. Sue Johnson's work, particularly her book, Hold Me Tight, and the concept of emotionally focused couples therapy. Really useful information here where she helps us to understand what goes wrong when love goes wrong, when couples go wrong. And of course, there's something about childhood development, and a key facet of that, which you'll hear me constantly making reference to, is that whole thing of attachment. What is really good is that so much of this material reaffirms what I've said, which is over 90% of the couples that come into my practice are actually in conflict because core emotional needs are not being met. So in her book, we see couples getting into conflict in a dance of words and emotions, mostly because of attachment fears of being abandoned. The conflict of words, arguments, is rarely about the actual subject matter in dispute. Remember what I said? It's rarely about the toilet seat or the top of the toothpaste that I've told you about so many times. There's an undercurrent of despair. All of us as human beings have the same basic need for connection. COVID pandemic impacted that connection. We're seeing a lot of mental health fallout post-COVID, if there is such a thing as post-COVID. Her book is all about how to love and to love well. It's divided into 3 parts. Part 1, what is love and how we slip into disconnection in spite of best intentions. Part 2, introduces 7 conversations that capture the defining moment of love in a relationship and gives some guidance, some instructions to you on how to shape these moments. In fact, how to reshape these moments and create a secure, lasting bond. There's some case histories and some sessions which she calls play and practice in order to implement the lessons from EFT, emotionally focused therapy. You have a go. And part 3 addresses the power of love. Love has an immense healing for the wounds which we carry. Love enhances our sense of connection to the world. A loving responsiveness is the foundation of a truly compassionate and civilized society, she says. Let's look a little bit more at the material in that book that you will experience for yourself when you purchase a copy. Emotional drama is so often played out between the couples in distress. There's an emotional bond which is disrupted. There's a need for intimate connection that creates that safe and emotional bonding. Romantic love is actually all about attachment. It's about emotional bonding with one other. It's all about our innate desire to bond, which is wired within us. All of us have it and we depend on it. We try and avoid it. Stuff happens back in the past where we even try to avoid it. But we need it. Emotional connection. And we need to bond with one another that provides that emotional connection, which brings comfort and other emotional needs, other core emotional needs. The couple relationship is a bargaining transaction. We're all trying to get our needs met. And we're actually negotiating with each other to get them and to keep them met. But of course, there are times when we perceive they're not being met, and that actually is what shifts us into a fight, flight, freeze to get those core needs met, core emotional needs met, which are not negotiable. The very fact that we're human beings means we need at least those top 10 core emotional needs to be met. The need to feel approved, comforted, secure, respected, approved, all sorts of other top 10 core emotional needs, which I'm going to take you through in an exercise in a subsequent session. We are all wired to need someone to depend upon.
Single, but want to better understand why? Preparing for marriage and want to give it your best shot. Perhaps you're in a partnership, a couple, and want to address some issues. Maybe it's a marriage, but it just ain't working too well. Are you a couple, but know it could be better? Consider a diagnosis, a form of MOT for the relationship. Want to limit passing on the stuff to the children? Because we know that childhood development really does impact the shaping of us and how we go on to do adult life. Want to maximize the quality of your relationship? Perhaps communication just definitely is not working well. Conflict needs managing, needs resolving. Sex, the first casualty when there is conflict, may be something of a sense of a mismatch, but there are definitely some problems in sex. Maybe you're long time married and you've settled, but you know you haven't settled for good enough. Consider the Kairos Center video on demand program. In that program, you'll cover a lot of topics from A to Z, and you can do it in the comfort of your own home at your leisure, and have some periodical homework review sessions with me from time to time at your leisure. Maybe you would prefer secure webcam where one of you or both of you come for maybe weekly sessions. There's something for everyone in the Kairos relationship program. Contact me today. Whether you're in a partnership, a marriage, these things are true. Marriage is not the coming together of two people. It's actually a clash of two cultures, two experiences, two memories, two habits, two morals, two values. And that is a formulation for destruction, says Dr. Miles Monroe. Also, Dr. Creflo Dollar has said, marriage is the place of our healing. Don't leave it too quickly. And if I add a little bit extra to that, you're destined to repeat the problems. So why not work through this partnership in order to address the issues, which is more about me than the other person, and then make an informed decision about what you do for the future of the relationship. Send me a message. It's time to get your quality of life and relationship back on a proper footing.